Hello and welcome back, guys, to some more Originality Creates with OriginalityGamer. Here we go then for episode 14, guys. In the last episode we were back in the survival world, laying down the foundations for some villager buildings, but we're back over in the creative world today just to show you a couple of ideas first of all, and then we'll head straight back into the survival world. So first idea I've got to show you guys is just to the left of me and behind me, and there we go. Right, so as you can see with the wall at the moment, it's so bland and boring. I done a couple of hours work last night once I got in from work, and I just wanted to come up with some kind of designs. So I've got this one for the moment. This was the first one that I started. It was just implementing basically what I've done on the buildings, like over there. And obviously into the towers and the main entrance here, and also what I've implemented into these are some upside down stairs, sideways stairs, right way facing stairs, just to get some character into it, so it looks like a bit of the wall has been knocked out. Obviously once I get this completed, the villagers are going to be completely enclosed, so at least they're going to see, well, they're going to see daylight coming from the top, but at least they're going to see something along the lines of that. As you can see, it's only on a flat world, but once I get into the once I get back into the survival world and actually start building this, you're going to see a lot of terrain. So it's going to be low, and then it's going to go higher, and then it's going to go lower again, and then higher, and it's going to be one of those challenges where I've got to get it just right. I don't want it to be straight all the way along, as to me it looks boring. So it could be at one point 13 blocks high, then 15, and then 14, and then again 16. It could all matter on the terrain, just so it looks semi decent. Second kind of design is a really beaten up, broken wall. Some of the bricks have been taken out. Some bigger bricks here, just some little specks there up at the top. And then what I've done is actually raised it higher and put a half slab in between. I quite like that design to a certain point. There is things that I could change on there to make it look a little bit better, but for the time being I'm quite happy with that. That one, it was just a complete fail. What I was trying to get was same again, broken up, beaten wall. Obviously it wouldn't all be in smooth stone, neither would that wouldn't be all in stone bricks. And then last but not least was this kind of design, was just an upside down stair with a upward facing stair on the top, and then just one block higher all the way along. But same again, guys, these designs, apart from that one, obviously that one's already mixed up, but the 1, 2 and 3 will all be kind of battered up and bruised up and kind of things like that, and might implement some wall. And last thing we're going to do on this creative world is, or the last thing I'm going to show you is kind of just a little mock design that I've done over here, by implementing the wall. Now, as you know, I changed the wall color over there to orange, and I've put it orange over here. Now, looking at it at a second glance, guys, at that building as well as this building, I don't like orange whatsoever. I wouldn't mind, so we've already used that. I wouldn't actually mind using a dark blue. I think that might look quite nice. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think to these wall designs. That's going to be the next thing I work off camera. There's going to be no creative world stuff for a while, because what I do is, once you guys pick a design of what you like out of 1, 2, ignore that one, and 3, I'm going to come back into this world off camera and basically try and get as much as this stripped down as possible. I might even go from all of this side to all of that side down there, and half of that side, just to give you guys a general idea. And then when I bring you back in, I'll bring you back in around about here so you can see the kind of progress that I've done. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the creative world. I will see you back in the survival world in a moment. So guys, now we're back in the survival world, and first thing I want to show you is I was laying down the foundations, as I said in the previous episode. So if I turn around and to the right of me, you're going to see the foundations that I've laid down. Now I'll pre-warn you guys, it is one big massive dirt mess for you at the moment, but these are the kind of buildings that I've got laid out so far, and I'll show you kind of what my build technique is as well when it comes to it. So what we're going to have here is this kind of shape building. I can't really say what kind of shape building it is, to be honest, but that's the shape of it so far. And these are going to have multiple doors on in this one, so it's going to have a doorway in, and then it's going to have a doorway into this tiny little room here, and then also a doorway into this tiny room, as doorways are pretty much your breeding type of thing for villagers. And then over here we've just got some 5x5s. Like I say guys, with the doorways I don't want them to be dead central, so they're kind of mixed up, so that one's over that side and then that one's here, and that's how that's going to look. Also I'm going to implement a couple of 3x3s and 5x3s just to put some little buildings in here and there. Then we've got this building here, small again, small and quaint, but just the way I like it. And this one's just going to have the single door that villagers can come into, possibly make it into a mini little library or something like that, so villagers can, well, basically, so it looks like it's a library. Then over here we've got kind of a weird design, but I kind of like it because it goes 2 blocks in and then 2 blocks in again, and then in like, so it's kind of on a diagonal. And to be honest, I wasn't really aiming for that, but that's the way it's kind of turned out. You've just seen another one in the background there, and I'll get to that one in a minute. But that's kind of the way that it's shaping up and designing at the minute. I quite like that one, the way it goes in a diagonal shape. Same again, this one's going to have multiple doors. The doorway will probably be on the side, over this way. So it'll have a doorway here. In fact, actually, let's just get it dug in, and then a doorway here, and then last but not least a doorway there. So 3 doorways, same again as the building over that side, just to see if it does actually help the villagers breed. And then last but not least is this one over here. Now this one, I mean, looking at it, if I went round the back of it, now you'd look at it and think, what an absolute mess. And I do think that myself. I mean, that just doesn't say nothing for me whatsoever. But as we take a look around the front and just get a little bit of a view from the front, I don't think it looks too bad. So we've got a big tower. So there's your entrance. You've got a big tower to the side of it, and then you've got a garage with like a little a shed next to it. Now the shed's not going to serve no purpose whatsoever. Possibly you might actually put furnaces in there just to make it look like there's something there. Got a little bit of a porchway area into your doorway. Now to be honest, I'm thinking about making this my main place. To be honest, it's just going to be a bedroom. Put some interior in there, and then obviously all my storage and stuff like that will be down here in a separate place to where the community chests are going to be. And then if we go upstairs, the only upstairs bit there's going to be is this room here. Now all I put in up here is a bed, possibly just a couple of side tables, just to make it look a little bit decorative. And then here, what I'm going to do is, I'm not too sure whether to put glass here or not, but I might put glass here, just come out here at night time and just get a view of everything and how the villagers are getting on before I go to sleep. So what I'll do now guys is I'll just show you my building technique and what I do. All of this work that I've done in the creative world as well as the survival world took me 2.5 hours. And you might think, well, in 2.5 hours you could probably get a lot more done, and to be honest guys, you probably could. I'm no expert builder, and to be honest, all I need to do is pretty much go 1 and then take a step to the side, go 2, and then take another step take another step in, and basically that's the kind of way that I design. And then I just take a step back and work out how I can make them curve in and curve out. So for instance, I could think, right, okay, I'll go like that, and then I'll go like that, and then I will go, say for instance, get rid of all this grass and the flower, and then I could think, right, okay, so I could go there now, and then kind of cut in, and then basically just bring it all the way back round to each other. So something like so, and like basically something along the lines of that, guys. Just a little bit of randomness, and then take a step back, and then take a step from another angle, and then another angle, until something that I'll come up with and I'm pleased with. Now that one that I've done here, before I actually put the top bedroom in, it did actually look quite modern, and it did give me some ideas in the way of building blocks and stuff like that to use, because a lot of it is going to be stone, broken up stone, sorry, not broken up stone, cobblestone, smooth stone, and also stone bricks. But as I went through and done this one, I was thinking about implementing snow and stuff. It's only over there. I can make a snow golem once I find some pumpkins, and then I can just get an unlimited source of snow for the time being. Let's get some food on the bar and eat that. And then obviously just with a little garage on the side, not going to serve no purpose whatsoever, but it's just there. Possibly could even put a horse in there once I've got a horse. I've got a saddle stored away. But to be honest, guys, what I'm going to do is, in fact, actually, do you know what? So we've got one over there. I might keep this kind of design. It's small, but it will do. And what I'll do is I'll possibly look at another place to put one. And I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered out here with all these skeletons, so I'm going to go back and sleep first of all. And surprisingly enough, guys, this world has been going for 2 weeks now. I know I haven't done an awful lot of survival work, but I tell you what, there's one thing I'm really pleased with, and that's the fact I've managed to keep my villagers on my own world that I do off camera and stuff like that. I lost my villagers pretty much within the first couple of days, which I was really disappointed at. But luckily enough, so far I've managed to keep them on here. If it comes to it, guys, I don't mind having to I don't mind sorry about that, guys, and I've just been blown up by a creeper. God, I can't get my words out. Let's just fill this back in, get it over and done with. See, I've totally forgot what I was going to say now, guys. It couldn't have been that important for me to come out with it. I'll have to watch back the recording and then bring you guys to the attention of what I was actually going to say. What I will say just before we head off is the FIFA video that I put up is going to be started next week, the series, and to be honest, guys, the votes have pretty much been done, even though there's been no real comments on the video. I know what I want the series to be, and so do you guys, and luckily enough well, in fact, like I say, guys, the series was about you and what team you wanted me to do and so on and so forth, but you guys picked the team that I ultimately wanted to do. It's always the case with FIFA. If there's ever a manager change, I always like to try and change that manager yet again and be them. But